Hello everyone, today I will be showing you how to model this type of object wherein there are two different topologies basically interacting with each other. Now as you can see, there is an oval shape cutout and a diamond shaped topology on the surface of this object. Alright, so now in 3ds Max we will first start by creating a plane. Alright, first we'll create a plane, click and drag, and I will set the the length and width to 3000. The reason being, for welding and other purposes, it will be much more easier later on, so there won't be any issue with welding. Anyway, so now I will go and convert it to an editable poly, and I'll go to the polygon selection, generate topology, and I'll select edge direction. Alright, so now I get this crisscross type of topology which I am aiming for, and here I will use polygon selection. Make sure you have that selected and select all the polygons, right click, click on insert by polygon, and I'll give it 100 mm, and now I'll press delete to make holes in them, as you can see here. So right now I will tessellate it to give it a bit more segments so I can turbo smooth it later on. So it will have a very smooth kind of diamond shape, and I give it 2 iterations. Now I'll start by creating the oval shape cutout. So I first create a tube, and I'll give it, I don't need any height segments, I'll just give it 1. There's no reason for that. Just right click on X and Y to center the two objects, the plane and the tube. And now I'll just position it arbitrarily upwards on the top. This is where I like it. And now the height is a bit too much, so I'll just give it about 50 mm. So that'll be more than enough. And to make it center, then 50 divided by 2, that's 25. So on the Z axis, I'll put it to minus 25 mm. And now I'll convert it to an editable poly. Go to edge selection. Select all those edges and I'll crease them. So basically when I turbo smooth, those edges won't become smooth. So here I click iterations, here I have that. Now I will just make a copy of this oval shape. So just always prefer to make copies so that if you have any problems later on, you always have a backup. And I'll just hide that. And now here I'll turbo smooth it again, so now I can have a bit more curve on that edge basically to make it a bit more smooth. And now I'll go to compound objects to boolean it. So basically I'll be cutting that area out. So right now it's added, so just click on subtract and now it's removed. So basically also when you create a boolean like this, the plane itself will become like two separate elements. So then you can always delete the interior one. Right now I'm just checking if it has come properly, and it is come. So I'll just again hide the selection, and now I'll just select the plane. I'll just convert it to an editable poly right now and put element, select that. Now I'll attach both of them to create one single object, and that looks good. So now I basically have this two separate topologies combined together. Now I'll just create the type of bucket that I wanted. So I'll just delete these extra segments. And now I'll just I press shift and I moved. So basically I'll create a copy. Now there'll be like, I created one extra copy right now. So it's alright to have extra copies. It is no hard and fast rule to only have 4. So right now, as you can see here, I'm snapping them together. Alright, so press S to snap to vertex snap. Now I'll attach all of them and they all will become one single object now. Now I'll put to vertex mode, I'll weld it and I'll just give it 0.01 mm weld. So just to weld those joint edges, not any extra ones. So now they should be all welded together. I'll just rotate it right now on the y axis. So just rotate it as you can see here. Just rotate it 90 degrees. Rotation angle snap, you can press A. And the modifier list, I press bend. And now you can see, so you have three axes. So you have X, Y, and Z. So now X axis is the preferred one for me. So I'll just 360 degrees. And here I get a nice kind of holder kind of thing, like a pen holder it can be used as. Now also when I convert it to an editable poly, you can see I have this one line through the middle. It is also because now that I just rotated it, so basically that area wasn't welded. So now I'll again perform the weld operation. I'll just give it a slight 0.2 mm weld approx, and that'll be good enough. So now again, once I select that border selection, so now that edge won't be selected, so it shows that those are not welded together. And now I cap it, press cap, and polygon selection, I insert it and insert it just a bit, so that looks good and it looks decent right now. So right now what I'll do is I'll again go and go to element selection, and right now I will just want to make it a bit more thick, so I'll just give it a shell modifier. So it will be a bit more thicker, give it a 25 mm thickness, that'll be good enough. And as you can see, you have a nice pen holder, it can be used as something of those sorts. So now I also add a FFD modifier, that's a freeform deformer modifier. So I select that and I just scale now all of these points approximately. You can create any shape that you like. It gives that a very versatile kind of modeling experience here. And as you can see right now, just move this object and here you are,